is the Corona post-show from an exciting day number 4 at the Corona Saquarema Pro, presented by Banco Do Brasil. Nossa Senhora de Nazaré on the headland of this place, the Maracana do Surf. And what a day we had today. And capping off today's action, teenage sensation Aaron Brooks was sensational. And Aaron is with Rachel right now.
Aaron Brooks, you were into the quarters now, but this was a pretty slow heat. You took a while to find your race. What was going through your mind?
Well, the heat before mine had excellent scores, so I was really excited for some of the waves. But then there was nothing in my heat, and I had priority after trying to cut a wave. So I just told myself to just stay calm and wait for the best wave that came.
Yeah, we always talk about how calm you look every time. What is your secret to maintain calm when you're so young?
Just praying to God, and I do a lot of different breathing techniques so I can keep my heart rate down.
Yeah, that's a good preparation. Congratulations, see you into the quarters. Good luck. Back to you guys.
Aaron Brooks, yeah. Hey, we saw that coming. I mean, the clips she's been putting out, now she puts it all together in a jersey. We know how talented she is. Hi, I'm Kuiper Guerrero along with Maida Pops and Mitchell Salazar on the Corona Post Show. And I'm just going to go with you, Mitchell. We've had such a great day. There was a lot going on today for a short day, but we saw quite a few qualifications to set the scene for the 2024 Championship Tour.
Yeah, now we only have one spot left on the women's side for qualification. It's either going to be Isabella Nichols or Nadia Erostarbe, but Erostarbe has to win the event to be able to qualify for the CT. Big day, Kaipo, really stoked.
Yeah, Maida, what were you thinking about today? I mean, the women, there was some clutch performances today that led to qualification for the championship tour.
Yeah, many things on the line right there. I really love to see Alyssa Spencer doing her job and getting qualified. So it was a very important day today.
Yeah, well, we're down to the quarterfinals right now for the women. Let's take a look at those quarterfinals because they're all set up today after this round of 16. We can see Kira Pinkerton up against Kikas. What are your thoughts on that matchup, Mitchell?
Well, it's a good one. They're both very young. Kira Pinkerton is a former world junior champion, and so is Kika Vaselko. One of them is going to move on to the semifinals. But to me, really, quarter 3, a lot involved right there. Robinson's already qualified, and Erostarbe has a shot to qualify with a win. But quarter 4, that's a battle of titans right there, Kaipo. Lindblad and Brooks, two goofies. That's my pick.
All right. Well, what do you think about, we got 2 qualifiers in quarterfinal number 3. In quarterfinal number 2, Maida. Sophie McCulloch, Alyssa Spencer.
Yeah, I think Alyssa Spencer, she just loving Brazil, because she won here last year, and now she just got her spot here in Saquarema, so she loves surfs here in Itaúna. I really pick her.
Well, let's take a look at how we got here in the recap. This was heat number 4, round of 16, and it was an ultra important heat. Winner of this heat, Mitchell, on to CT qualification.
Yeah, and Alyssa Spencer dropped an 8.5 on this wave. She was just lights out. Really in control of not only the priority, but the positioning of this one. Isabella Nichols came back with a 6-point ride. She looked good on the waves when she was up and riding, but unfortunately for her, too many lulls in this one, Kaipo. Alyssa Spencer was able to control the timing at the end and just use her positioning to her advantage. Got a backup score of a 6.83 on this one. Was just lights out when it came to using her technique to her advantage on these waves, both of them being on the backhand for Spencer.
Spencer used that lethal backhand last year for victory here at Saquarema. Coach Matt Myers was happy with the performance there, and why wouldn't he? It's been a long road for Alyssa Spencer. 3 times nearly qualifying for the championship tour. She finally did it, Maida.
Yeah, and what I loved the most was her interview. She was so emotional with dropping tears and very relieved what she accomplished here in Saquarema.
Yeah, that is tears of joy coming from Carlsbad's Alyssa Spencer. Take a look here at the numbers from that, and look at those huge numbers. for Alyssa Spencer. That 8.5, which was just glaring at me.
And she was extremely efficient with the waves that she caught, the amount of not only control time that she had in this heat too, but I just think the presence overall in the lineup was very noticeable in this heat. At the moment, it was the most important of her light, and she was lights out, Kaipo.
Yeah. So with Isabella Nichols going down, that opened the door for Luana Silva in heat number 7 of the round of 16. Silva had the crowd behind her, but Sawyer Lindblad had other ideas, Maida.
Yeah, it's true. Sawyer just showed a very good surfing, the finest she has. Look how strong those maneuvers were. And she got an 8.17. And she also had an 8-point ride right there. Amazing surfer for her. Look, throwing buckets all over the place. And I mean, she's just ripping.
Yeah, absolutely ripping. And, you know, Sawyer, before this heat, had the news that she had qualified for the championship tour. You thought that gave her a little bit of motivation in this heat?
You know, I thought Lulu went out there with the game plan and she executed it, but Sawyer just surfed better overall, Kaipo.
Oh.
She was lights out, 16.17. Lulu had an excellent score in that one, though.
You know what? Sawyer Lindblad crushed those expectations. It'll be back on the Challenger Series for Luana Silva, but she has no opportunity to get into that top 5, getting consolation there on the beach. Like we said, Maida, here in Saquarema, this being the deciding event, we got tears of joy, we got tears of sadness all at the same time every day. There's the numbers from the heat. Big numbers in that heat, by the way.
Yeah, Kaipo, it was kind of a bummer for her, actually, of course, and for Brazilians as well. She was our hopes here, but I mean, Sawyer Lindblad just smashing.
Sawyer Lindblad, we'll see her on the 2024 Championship Tour. And speaking of the 2024 Championship Tour and qualifiers, let's update you on the list of surfers that have already qualified. We have 7 men out of 10 spots. We have 4 women out of 5 spots. Check out the list, Mitchell.
Yeah, and a diversity of nations right there for the men, but 3 from the U.S., 2 from Hawaii, Wilcox there, and then Sally Fitzgibbon, she had already qualified at Ediseda. Robinson, Lindblad, Spencer. It's going to come down to either Nichols, who can hold on to the number 5 spot, or Nadia Erostarbe, but she has to win the event, Kaipo, to qualify for the championship tour.
Yeah, Erostarbe holding that Basque flag and a hope for qualification. That's an exciting day. That's stuff that we all saw. It was a huge day here for a half a day. We got more qualification scenarios on the way. We have our natural kayak. Wait for today. No, we don't. We have qualification of a graph of qualification right here. I'm getting news from my producer and not coming in clearly with the message. Let's take a look at it. All right, well, let's move on to qualification and some of the qualification that we've seen and the rookies that we will see on the championship tour.
Yeah, I think Eli Hanneman was obviously one of the standouts throughout the year, 2023. He had to deal with a lot of adversity after what happened over there with the wildfires over on Maui. Won an event at the U.S. Open, and that was kind of almost superseded what happened over at Lahaina. He joins Imaikalani deVault as one of the 4 surfers that has qualified for Maui for the championship tour on the men's side. Really looking forward to seeing him, and especially he wants to surf at height too, which is, you know, I think one of the events that I feel on the first 5 that is actually going to be really good for him. People underestimate his barrel riding, especially when it's big. A lot of people don't think that he charges. He's one of the better surfers out there, actually, from the Hawaiian Islands. I think his chances of making the mid-season cut are not only great, I actually think he has a push for the top 5 and maybe making it to the finals, Kaipo.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking forward to Cole Hausman and the big powerhouse and what he can bring to the championship tour. I think he's got that big build. I think when we look at the schedule of events, I think he's going to be a guy to watch out for. I talked to Cole, and you know, the win that he had in the Dominican Republic kind of turned his year. And I've seen in the past where surfers have that turning point in their career, And then, you know, with Cole, it led up to a win in Sydney, a win in Bolito. I think Cole Hauschman is going to be excellent at pipe, going to be great at Sunset. He's going to be great at Super Tubos. He's one of my rookies to watch. Your thoughts on some of the rookies coming out on the women's side? We got Sawyer Linblad and Alyssa Spencer coming on board as rookies.
Oh, I was thinking about the men's side. You know,
Okay.
I would love to see Jacob Wilcox on those waves kind of performance in pipeline. And because we know he serves pretty well, those kinds of waves, slabs waves in Margaret River. So I'm looking forward to see him.
Yeah. Well, I apologize for that mix-up going into this event. But, hey, now it's time for the Natra Kayak Wave of the Day. Let's take a look at the wave of the day. I guess, who could it possibly be? Alyssa Spencer, Mitchell, with that big 8.5.
Yeah, and it's really hard to overlook how much she's been through so far in her young career. A must-win heat for her just to be able to qualify for the championship tour. Was lights out, dropped an 8.5 in a clutch performance. 2 turns on the backhand, the quality over the quantity, but both of them were just as beautiful as they were the year before. She's looking to go back-to-back with championships here in Saquarema, Kaipo.
Yeah, that is true. She's the one in form right now, and that's the Natra Kayak Wave of the Day. Remember, feel the power of freshness with Natra Kayak. You feel that power? You got a little bit of that right there?
For sure.
Oh, I'm feeling fresh right now. Now, with that freshness, we're going to take you into today's top 5 moments of the day. Let's get it going, Mitchell Salazar, because you mentioned it. With that top 5 moment, Nadia Erostabe has her hopes alive right now for qualification for the championship tour.
Yeah, and won a very close heat against Tessa Dyson, who was the runner-up at this event last year, keeping the hopes alive. But I think more importantly, just gaining consistency throughout a string of events that have been very good for her. Over the last 4, she's been able to at least make it into the round of 16, but so far has not been able to win an event on the Challenger Series schedule. I feel like she might be able to do it on the final day here.
Yeah, well, she's been in form, and we'll see how that plays out. Conditions likely to be a lot different when we come to finals days. Number 4, our qualifiers, Jake Marshall, Eli Hanneman, as well as Imaikalani deVault. These are the moments right here, Maida, that we wait for, giving the news to the new rookies.
Yeah, so emotional moments right there. All of them were just waiting on the rankings and the news. And look, Imaikalani deVault taking a beer shower right
Yeah,
there.
he's not going to be a rookie. He's going to be back on tour. He re-qualified, but we're going to have Imai as well as some of the other rookies as we look at number 3 here. India Robinson, number 3, crushes Sarah Baum's hopes in this heat and returns to the championship tour.
And it was a very competitive heat too, Kaipo. Sarah had a couple of great waves, but with turns like that, Robinson has just been lights out when it comes to head-to-head competition this year so far in 2023. I feel like her chances of winning the event are very high just based off of the performance that she had right here in the round of 16, but most importantly, re-qualifies for the CT for 24.
Yeah. Number 2, Sawyer Lindblad and her performance here. I think there's a big future for this 18-year-old Maida.
I think so, Kaipo. She was surfing so well. Strong maneuvers, connecting every single dots there. And yeah, she's qualified. Look how the style she has, throwing buckets. She was amazing here at Itaúna.
Yeah. Look forward to seeing what she's going to be bringing. And our number 1 moment, clutch deal for Alyssa Spencer. Alyssa Spencer, number 1, and she takes out Isabella Nichols in a must-win heat here in the round of 16 and earns her spot on the championship tour, Mitchell, finally.
And did it with an 8.5 on this wave. It was our Natura Kayak wave of the day. Only 2 turns needed for an excellent score, and then backed it up with a 6.83 as her low score. But the way she was aware in the heat, her competition expertise really showed in this one, Kaipo, when it mattered. She's been close a few times before, and the 20-year-old will finally join the elite on the championship tour for 2024. San Diego got 2 surfers on tour this today. Jake Marshall requalifies, and then Alyssa Spencer finally gets her dream done here in Saquarema, Kaipo.
Yeah, she sure does, and it was an emotional moment, and rightfully so. She deserved it. She's come so close in the past. Now she's finally going to be where she belongs on the championship tour. And you know what? We got some news for you folks. We're going to be off tomorrow, but check worldsurfleague.com for more updates. Check again on Thursday for the update on when we're going to run finals day. Thank you, Marita. Thank you, Mitchell. And to all of you, thank you for watching, and enjoy the end of the day highlights.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.